to a military veteran and author of the book, Race to Save America, a former California congressional candidate and CEO of VetComs, Kate Monroe. Kate, thanks again for joining us here on Right Side. Your thoughts right now? We have an open government, thank God in heaven, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see it back open. I know it was certainly scaring veterans, even though they were getting paid, they're in constant fear of what the government's going to do with their money. So I'm glad to have that back open. And a lot of people don't know this, but many active duty military families live off of SNAP. So it was very scary for the people that I serve, that I care about the most. And so I'm glad to see it back open. But I don't know what was accomplished on the left, really, other than that they totally had to bend the knee, get nothing of what they wanted, and the Republicans completely spanked their butts. I love that for us. That was great.
Yeah, no, it was a great victory. We saw that, of course, right here on Right Side last night from the Oval Office. Not usually that we get to see the president at 9:45 at night from the Oval Office, but happened yesterday. Let's shift now to New York and Seattle. So apparently Seattle now has a mayor that is like a Zohran Mamdani in the sense of a socialist, communist type. Your reaction?
I think it's scary what's going on, but it's not really that surprising. I've been to all these cities doing homeless walks, trying to find veterans, and it never surprises me. When you go somewhere deep blue, there's always, it's almost like they live inside of a little dome where they don't really realize what's going on in the rest of the nation, or they're totally unaware of how bad it's gotten inside of their little terrarium. And it's almost like it just breeds more insanity. Go somewhere like Portland, like Portland is absolutely off its rocker. Go somewhere like Chicago. And it's almost like they want more crime. They want more control. They want more government, oddly. And so it's a sad state of affairs for them, but please don't bring it to San Diego. I mean, we already have enough problems of our own. Please, dear God, can we not have full, socialism and communism here?
Yeah, I mean, San Diego is one of my favorite cities in California.
Yeah.
I've been to LA, San Francisco, and others, Fresno, all these towns there, Temecula, I mean, so many places. San Diego, they call it America's finest city. I still think it's very fine. It's beautiful out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, to your point, it must be horrible to have a California state government looking into that town.
Well, when I first moved to San Diego, it was a lot more, at least purple. It was a lot more red even in certain areas. And I've always said in San Diego, if active duty military personnel, veterans and Christians would go and vote, it would be red here. But we don't, for whatever reason. We do a lot of talk and we don't mobilize. And that's a very sad state of affairs because I think a lot of people think, well, my vote doesn't count. Well, who's that good for if you believe that? Who made that up that your vote doesn't count? I think that we need to go, hey, I could probably just vote. I could do that bare minimum thing. So if those three bodies of people would vote, we could have overturned the election. It would be red here in San Diego and possibly red throughout the entire of California. So I would say in this next season, get off your butts and go vote.
Yeah, got to vote. And let's talk about securing our elections, voter identification, paper ballots, same day voting, all the things. Obviously, that's something that you support fully.
Yeah, that would be common sense. That would be crazy for us to do the thing that makes the most sense. I think it should just be the same all across the nation. Why we don't want voter ID is beyond me. There's only one party that doesn't want voter ID. And you have to think, well, why would you not want people to be able to show who they are? Oh, yeah, because they're not allowed to vote. There is no other reason to do it other than you just want to shove in as many fake or illegal votes as you can. And I just am about to put something out that I think that in California, most of our elections are totally rigged. If you look at the way our ballots sit, a lady actually showed slide a ballot in. And if you vote no on something, like you vote leaning to the right, it pops that little hole there. I think they just take them and chuck them in the trash. I mean, it's a sad state of affairs. I think if we could just make it simple and easy, full of common sense, maybe then we could see what the will of the people really is.
Exactly. And speaking of people, let's talk about people maybe in your network or friends or family in general. What is everybody saying to you? Do they have concerns about the country right now? Obviously, Seattle and New York and other places, Chicago and all that. But overall, what's your assessment from what you've learned from your network?
Well, I think my network seems to be a little bit more plugged in. So they are concerned. They're looking around going, everybody's sleeping on it, thinking, well, I don't live there. That's not my state. That's not my city. I don't need to worry about it. Well, one city begets another. And ideologically, people move around a lot now, trying to get away from their horrible city, bringing their horribleness to this new city. And it doesn't take long for it to sweep. But I would say the whole of the nation isn't as concerned as they should be, because, again, they're just thinking about it doesn't affect me. But it does affect you. It absolutely does affect you. In a single generation, we could be overtaken by ideology from foreign soil if we don't step up and do the right thing and at least go and vote.
Thank you so much for your service to our
Thank you.
country. Thank you so much, Kate Monroe, for joining us today. I hope to have you on again soon.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Kate. Awesome to talk to great patriots like Kate Monroe, a military veteran, author of Race to Save America, former congressional candidate out there in California.